Hey guys, Andy Tran here with the InnerBark Outdoors channel. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I do 2 videos a week on the outdoors, DIY, and survival. Stuff like that, pretty fun. So in this video, I wanted to go over the wife and I's bug out bag. This is something that kind of came up in my last video when I shared some of the preparations that we have in general, not just for the epidemic or pandemic. So in this video I'm going to go over my bag, which is kind of like an outdoor bag that I modify slightly when we're going to be bugging out, and then the wife's bag, which is purely just for bugging out. So without further ado, let's get to it. So this is the bag that I'm using as my sort of hiking backpack and also my bug out bag. The way I approach the outdoors, even for day hikes, I have everything that I need to at least stay overnight and then get back home, first aid, things like that. So this is pretty much it. On the outside, and not even attached, is my Tahoma field knife, because I'll either shove this in the bag or wear it on my belt. On the outside, I have a Wetterling's axe. This is a really sharp axe. It's really lightweight, and you can process a lot of firewood very quickly. And so I have that in sort of like the ice axe loops here, and then also the attachment bolts here, or attachment point here, to make sure that it all stays tight. Depending on the season or the occasion, sometimes I have some ankle issues or knee issues, and then that's why I carry trekking poles. And then on the outside, I keep it on the outside because once you stow it, it's wet. I have a Gore-Tex top and bottom right here. This one is kept inside the bungee system on the outside of the pack. Staying on the outside, I have a full med kit. So in here, I got some trauma supplies, fish bite kit, because sometimes I spend time in Eastern Washington where there's actually venomous snakes, and then a tourniquet. And also I have an extra Mylar blanket right here as well, and some extra duct tape. And then on the very outside, I have some Quick Clot, and this stuff is fresh, so it's not expired. On the left side of my belt, I have a smaller survival knife. This is the one that is made by my good friend John from the Wingman 115 channel. This is made by Work Tough Gear, and it is the Mount Laguna knife. This thing fits perfectly in this sort of crook right here, and you can do a lot of processing with this. So if it's deep winter, you might pair a smaller survival knife with an axe, and you can get most of your stuff done, if not all. I'll have a link in the description for this particular knife for my my first impressions. But also on this, I have a small survival kit. And so in this kit, we have things like my signaling kit, which has a glass signal mirror, as well as a signal whistle, Mylar blanket, and extra duct tape. And then fire starter, glasses cleaner, and then I also keep my compass in here as well, which is an extra mirror, and then it's also quick and easy for me to grab so that I'm not having to go through my pack. So also on this side, inside of the side sleeve, is where I carry some of the extra clothing, and also my U-Dig It. So that's good for digging a fire pit or digging yourself a little cat hole so you can go to the bathroom. These are outdoor research gloves. They're waterproof, slightly insulated, but they're also really well made so that if you're going to be handling wood that has splinters and stuff like that, it's not going to go into your hand, because that definitely sucks. I have a sniper's veil, but this can also be used as sort of like a sun covering for your head, and also a dressing if you really, really need it. And then an extra pair of socks. On the other side, I reserved this just for the hydration reservoir, because I'm loading other stuff on this side. Having the water on this side versus internally on the back makes it so it's a little bit more balanced. And in the top here is where you'd have snacks and stuff like that. And also, you know, in my case, I also have a pair of my prescription sunglasses, an extra headlamp, and then also some other small tools. I have another ferro starter with magnesium rod, nail clippers, can opener, and another small flashlight. So I got some extra food, and this is not something that I'd carry really on like a day trip. This is something that I would pull out and then keep hidden inside the vehicle. And then I have a fleece that's rolled up, Ranger roll, as well as my Sawyer Mini squeeze filter, titanium pot, and then for field expediency, I have my small canister stove right here. And then inside here, in this little tiny panel, I have extra batteries. These are for the drone. But then I have some cordage and knife sharpener. And that's pretty much that. So that's pretty much it for this. What I might end up doing is getting like a small or a thin, lightweight Velcro holster, because a lot of times when I'm hiking and I don't want to have something in a drop leg, I'll not toss, but I'll place my pistol in here. And it'd be kind of nice to have it stuck to this Velcro on the inside so it's always oriented in the upright position. But that's pretty much it for that. So all together, I just weighed this at the bathroom scale. This comes to about 25 pounds. And depending on if I'm actually taking all this stuff on like a hike or whatever, I may or may not carry this. I may or may not have more or less water in the reservoir. So that's gonna vary a little bit. This is the wife's bug out bag. This is something that the agency that I work for actually gave to me as part of a raffle during one of the work parties. But this is made by SOG, and we've kind of outfitted it for her to kind of carry. So everything that is in here can be used as a standalone or as an augment to the stuff that I already carry on my pack. So starting from the outside, we have a Nalgene bottle, and this is one that I wrap some Gorilla Tape around, as well as a little loop for paracord. In here we have a small VanQuest pouch. In here you'll have a fire starter, a small flashlight, and then she has a tourniquet that's in here. And this is a soft T tourniquet. For the knife and cutting tool, we just decided to go with a standard Tahoma field knife. On the shoulder strap of the pack, we have a Night Eyes little holster for a flashlight. And this has a 3-night flashlight that is pretty darn bright. So 18650 batteries, they're rechargeable, and then they're easy to come by nowadays. So starting from the more of the brain of the pack, in here we have her compass, a signal mirror. In this pouch here, we got her a SOG multi-tool, and then some little marker flags too. And these are like kind of like rubber tourniquets, so they can actually be used as like a little miniature bungee for a lot of tying. Whatever you need. And then here on this larger outer pouch is some more like the medical stuff. So we have a pocket mask, some extra athletic tape. Then we have a blowout kit for her, and this one's a pre-made one. And so it has a cat tourniquet, Israeli bandage, as well as some compressed gauze and another emergency blanket. Sharpie marker for marking things. And then a little disposable gown, as well as some extra gloves and things like that. So we have right here, there's a N95 mask in here, and then also some protective glasses, and then some hand warmers. Feminine products, because I don't think a lot of people like to talk about it, but it's really important because you never know when it's going to happen. They can also be used as extra bandages. And then in our group, she's going to be the bearer of snacks. So Cliff Bars and other snacks that are high density in calories and nutrition. That's pretty much where that is. And she is carrying her own MRE. And then a little snacky snack MRE, just the pouch. Some awesome duct tape in red. She's carrying her warm clothing and all the extra layers in a small dry bag. The VanQuest bag is a little more waterproof than this one, so it's a little bit wise to keep everything in here. So in here she has a pair of aviator gloves, which are fire resistant because of Nomex, and then a small fleece, and then a windbreaker / rain jacket. This is something that came with the pack when my job gave us this kind of like baseline bug out bag, but we also have a mega mover. And so if you're moving either a injured person or a dead body, this thing is awesome because it has nice, really strong pull handles, and also the bottom is super slippery. So it slides over vegetation and dirt really well. And then because it has all the pull handles, it can also be turned into like a makeshift shelter if you need to. So a lot of you are gonna ask what the weight of this pack is gonna be. And this comes in at just about 16 pounds. And that's gonna vary depending on, you know, how much water she has in the pack and everything like that. But, you know, it's important for us to keep her lightweight because she's more likely gonna be, you know, taking control of the dogs if I have to be doing something. So keeping her lightweight and mobile, and then augmenting all the stuff that I have in my pack is super important. All right, so that's pretty much it for our bug out bags. If you guys have any suggestions on things we could swap out that are multi-use or things that we need, go ahead and give me a comment down below. If you guys have any other comments or questions, you can always message me direct, either through Facebook or Instagram, or comment down below as always. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. But as always, take care out there. Bye.